name is Dwight Sargent. I'm the owner and founder of Pompanoosuc Mills. We're here at my shop in Thetford, Vermont. In 1973, I started Pompanoosuc Mills. It was a summer in between my first and second year at Tuck School, and it was a good chance to get started without any great commitment. It was just myself and one other employee who could work as needed, which is a great way because sometimes we had work, sometimes we didn't. But by the end of 1970s, we were up to 30 people in a very, very small shop, less than 600 square feet. In 1976 was when we opened our first showroom. That was in Burlington, Vermont. And that's really when we made the decision to go direct retail instead of going wholesale, where we would just sell to resellers. It's also a year we incorporated, became a subchapter S corporation.
My favorite part about working in a showroom is meeting the different people, meeting the customers, helping them turn their space from four walls into a home. It's always fun, it's always exciting, and we can help them figure out their wants and their needs and make them all blend together into this perfect space.
When we first started out, it was almost solely butcher block style furniture that were thinner strips glued together and then made into chairs and tables. And then we kind of transitioned to a more modern furniture.
In 1979, this was one of our challenging times. We had a fire in November 9th, 1979. It burned down our shop. Luckily, by that time, we had already started the process of opening our shop here in East Thetford, Vermont. As we got going, I think what we found with customers, we made what they wanted. It was always an order for furniture made as they wanted it.
I think Dwight's got a really good feel for what people want. And many of our designs are based on custom pieces that we've made for people.
We'd get the size they wanted, the wood they wanted, and how they actually wanted it to come to them. And we reinforce that with if they didn't like a certain board in a table, and people were always amazed that I would do this. We'd take the table back, replace the board they didn't like with another board that they did like. We like the process of dealing with the imperfections. Wood is wood. By the time we opened our new shop here in East Thetford in 1980, we really had a commitment. I had the first big bank loans to put up the building here. I got an SBA loan. So really had to like, okay, this is time to really do it. And so that's when we started opening more stores. In 1983, we opened in Nashua, New Hampshire, a store. In 1984, we opened in Concord, New Hampshire. In the late 80s, we opened in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Also in the 80s, we opened in Hanover, New Hampshire, and Hartford, Connecticut. So by the end of the 80s, we had like 9 stores and really demanding a lot of output of furniture. And it was just a great period of time. The 1990s continued on to be very busy. That was probably the decade that we didn't have a recession. We opened in New York, we opened in Philadelphia. Then 2000 happened in 2001. We were opening our 13th store in Ridgewood, New Jersey, and I could see the smoke rising from the towers as our store was opening. And that was a scary time because here we are, big new commitment for another showroom, and yet the World Trade Towers had just been attacked. Who knows what we were gonna be doing. That was a scary period. I remember as things got more competitive in the 2000s, we introduced a lot of things with curves. I thought they were harder to copy and more expensive to copy. You couldn't go overseas with these curves that we were designing in our furniture. That became an important part of differentiating our things by giving curves and making them a little more difficult to build.
It's really interesting to watch Dwight go through this whole process from starting from a sketch. You will never see Dwight without his sketchbook. It's always right with him, just in case he has a moment of genius.
In 2008, we had a decision to make. Orders immediately went down 25%. Across the board, 25% less. Look, management needs to take a 20% pay cut. Everyone else needs 10%. And I got to get our employment down to half of who we have now. And it was hard, but that's what got us through that 2008 period. And it's been a lot of uphill difficulties since then still, but we made that decision together and we got through 2008. A lot of companies that just didn't make it through that period of time. I even had people tell me, you know, Dwight, you got to outsource, you got to cut corners. And I just, you know, I'm not sure it was the right decision, but we are at 50 years, so hopefully it's part of the right decision. No, but we wanted to keep it right here in Vermont, support the local community, and they've been supportive back. I mean, and a lot of customers are just right in the 2, 3, 4 county area of Vermont and New Hampshire. Been very, very supportive of Pompanoosuc Mills. I'm very lucky to have a great team working here at Pompey, and I enjoy working with them as well, individually and sometimes as a group. So it's actually kind of fun to think that since I started the company in the 70s, which is now a long time ago, grew the employment from 50 people to 130, which it is today. Employees that were 15 and 16, 17 years old are now in their 50s and 60s, and they have kids. So it's just like our customers who bought furniture and now their kids have it. We have jobs that the parents have had and now their kids have. So it's great to see them pass on the knowledge to their children who now are working here making furniture that their parents have been making for years.
Pompanoosuc Mills is home, and I think that there is a specific type of person who works for Pompanoosuc Mills. And we're not here just as a job. We are all here because we love the company, we love the product, and we love Dwight Sargent. He is a family man. He cares about every single one of us who works for him. It is truly a Pompanoosuc Mills family, and Dwight will do anything he possibly can to help any of us, and I truly feel that we feel the same way about him.
My name is Tom Stickney. I've been working here for 47 years.
My name is Jim Carpenter. I started working here at Pompanoosuc Mills back in 1980, 81.
My name's Lucas Stefano. Been here 25 years.
I have worked for Pompanoosuc for 16 years.
Been with the company since about 04. I don't know how long that is. So that's how long I've been around. So in addition to running this company in a 24/7, 365 sort of way, he also finds time to do things out at his own farm, where he's got about, I don't know, anywhere from a 30 to 100, 150 head of cattle, depending on the year and time.
I think as we look forward, we plan to continue to grow. There's a big demand for our product. We just have to be able to make it and get it into people's homes.